This is Reality Dispatch, written by Jim Mintz.
They respect me because I command respect. Not now. Now I need assistance to wipe my own behind from the nursing staff. I'm talking about 40 years ago. I was the most feared capo on the street. I took out men like they were squashed beans beneath my shoes. One call from me and you'd cease to exist. That afternoon, latest, that evening, I ran this town. Now I'm old, but the yards I put, they keep me feared. Can I get you more jelly, Mr. Campinello? The nurse asks me. More jelly, can you believe it? It used to be a time when I was asked if I wanted more caviar with my caviar. I was invited to test the leather on the seats of new first-class lounges at the airport. I could ground planes with the snap of my fingers. Now they ask me if I want more goddamn jelly. No, I don't want more jelly, I say. Suit yourself, but I know how much you love your jelly, she says as she takes away my tray. The nerve of this broad. 40 years ago, I'd have had her killed. Uncle Joe, how the hell are ya? Says a young man, barely 17. That's my nephew. He comes to see me once a week. Nice kid, works hard, good street smarts. His father, my brother, he took over the family business after a RICO charge caught me on a life sentence. I got early release due to my illness. Georgie, my favorite nephew, I say as I kiss him on both cheeks while he leans into me. Get over here and give your uncle a big hug. The kid does so because he knows duty. He knows respect. He pulls up a chair next to my bed and leans in to talk business. Before he does, he looks around at all the other old folks as they sit there like zombies watching the daytime soaps with their inflated infomercials trying to sell us all a toaster with 8 slots or a phone you stick to your dashboard. Don't worry about them, I tell him. They're all brain dead in here. The boy leans in again. So, Mickey thinks Bobby Green is the rat, he whispers. Bobby Green? I say. Impossible. He would never sell out the family. I refuse to believe that Green would do that. I always knew his father to be a decent and kind man. There is no way his son would sell us out like that, I say. Keep your voice down, Joe. You don't know who's listening, he says. I wave my hand at him like I'm swatting a fly. They won't bug me here. They already sentenced me and I still got out early, I said. They've given up. You don't know that, the kid says. I give him a look. The hell do you mean? I don't know that? You coming here to question what it is I do and do not know? You think you have that right? You half-Irish son of a bitch, I yell. Uncle Joe, I meant no disrespect, he says. Meant no disrespect. You come here and tell me how to talk, how to think, what Uncle Mickey is doing about a rat, and you think I can't express my opinion. I ran that business for 40 years. You will listen to me and allow me to express my opinion, Junior. I yelled back. Of course, Uncle Joe. Of course you can, he says again, all defensive. You're goddamn right, I can. Now listen to me very closely. No one is whacking the Green kid. You hear me? If a hair is harmed on his head, there will be hell to pay. Do I make myself clear? The kid gives a scoff look like I ain't the boss no more, and he was just relaying a message out of courtesy. What is it? You don't take orders from me no more? I yell. Uncle Joe, Mickey says this is what we gotta do, the kid says all defensively. Nurse, could you please give Mr. Campinello a sedative? Said the daytime doctor. He was doing his rounds around the wing and always made time to visit the common area where he would sometimes sit down at the grand piano that the church had donated 3 years earlier. He knew a tune or two and would always put the residents at peace with calming renditions, with a jazz bend on You Are My Sunshine or Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. It was he, as a neurologist, who recognized Joseph Campinello's cognitive decline earlier in the preceding year. Mr. Campinello, sir, you're having a delusion again, he pleaded with his patient as he stood beside the ranting man who was agitated enough to fling himself out of bed if the good doctor wasn't there to suppress such an action. The hell I am, you blood-sucking bastard. I yell at this doctor who was sticking his nose in my family business. Do you know who you're dealing with? I had enough of all of it. I reached for the fork on the side tray where the nurse had left my lunch. It was the only weapon I had. I began to swing wildly at the head of this bastard. I didn't care anymore. How dare he question me, call me delusional in front of my nephew no less, after I had just given a direct order. I plunged the fork deeper and deeper into his head until I knew that Doctor was dead. "Please stop that, sir," the good doctor said with reasonableness as he swiped away the plastic fork that Mr. Campinello used as a makeshift weapon. The force of the old man was minimal, and it took little effort to batter away his attempts to inflict pain. "Your name is Joseph Campinello," the doctor said in a calming voice while holding his arms down. "You were a senator for the state of Springston. Your wife was Madeline. She passed away 7 years ago. You have lived here for 7 years. The doctor explained. It took this amount of detail, usually, to bring the old man back down to reality. For some reason, he resisted the call of reality. Roger had stood from his seat. He had forgiven the senator for referring to him as Georgie. He had forgiven him for making the journo lean down and kiss him on each cheek. The entire trip was part of a Where Are They Now series designed to shed light on the retired heroes of yesteryear. Roger had interviewed Hollywood dignitaries of the 50s and 60s, senators and congressmen, musicians, social activists, and former Black Panthers, all to see where their fiery voices had landed. The bulk of them into homes just like this, living out their twilight years in relative peace. Some experiencing the cognitive decline expected, none to the extent the senator was showing. He was sprouting all sorts of bullshit at me as he lay on the floor in a pool of his own blood. The dumb bastard. Serves him right. No one calls me a liar in my own home. I don't care who is around to see it. Now, where did my nephew go? "I'm right here, Senator," he says. "Why are you calling me Senator?" I ask him. He pulls out a taser and tries to zap me with it. Can you believe it? My own flesh and blood tries to pull a number on me. Frail old me being hit with 1,000 volts. You think that would do wonders for my pacemaker? It would kill me on the spot. I looked at the doctor on the ground, lying in a pool of blood. The fork is just off to the side. I couldn't reach it from my bed. Lord knows how I reached over and tried. "It's a tape recorder," I tried explaining to him. "Some more nurses arrived to give the senator a sedative. He usually receives one around this time," she explained to Roger. Like Roger packed away his camera and his equipment. There was no point in pursuing an interview. The senator was gone.
For more stories of fact-based fiction, head to jimmins.substack.com.